Join me for prone exercises from my June Mat Pilates class. Next, we're moving on to 3 of our prone exercises, or exercises where we're laying on the stomach. I'm going to apologize right now for loud noises I might make with the microphone throughout these exercises. We're starting with a swan dive, and I'm going to show you progressions up until the full swan dive, so you can pick where you are today and what works best for you. All levels here in this class. Okay, so hands are coming in, thumbs facing in towards your armpits and about at that level. The elbows are going to pull in and we're pulling shoulders back. So in other words, we don't want them scrunched up here while we're going through this. This is not what a swan looks like. A swan has a nice long neck. This is an opportunity to open up. I prefer to take my feet rather wide towards the corners of my mat throughout here. Now, as we're going through this progression, we're going to start just by pressing up and peeling up the spine. We're peeling up and melting down. Inhale as we lift up, and we're going to exhale as we roll forward and let that air roll out of us as we do so. On this next one, as we roll down, we're going to allow the legs to float up with us. And as we inhale and press back up, they're naturally just going to come down on their own. This is the beginning of diving progressions. Next, we're going to pull the hands up off the mat so we can get a little drop in with that. So I'm just going to lift my hands straight up and let my legs come with. And then inhale, catch and press back up. Exhale. Inhale, catch. Those that have told me, I cannot do the swan dive, I have taught with these progressions. The next challenging progression is to let the arms drop out in front. And catch up. I'm surely hitting that mic every time I go forward. And now, to continue that going, some can continue this dive with their hands staying forward. Like so. Or I like to move my arms as I go. Take them front, take them side. So wherever you're at in those progressions, hopefully you've been playing along to see what works. We're going to go ahead and dive here. And we're going to take anywhere from 5 to 8 to 10 repetitions. Let's do it. Catch yourself at the end, and we're going to push back into a rest pose or a child's pose. It's a lot of extension through the spine, and this is a lovely recovery place to come following. Deep breaths. All right. Next, we're coming out into the single leg kick and then the double leg kick. Single leg kick is really great for targeting those hamstrings. If you're not feeling it in your hamstrings, it may be the placement of your pelvis. It took me a little bit into my Pilates practice when I was just getting started to fully understand this exercise. So we're going to come down. We're going to place our hands one inside the other. Some people like to interlace fingers. That's fine too. I like to cross hand over hand, and my elbows are wide underneath my shoulders. Now, if I am not engaging and tucking my pelvis forward and pulling in my abdominals and squeezing the glutes, I can just lift my legs away pretty easily, right? So we want to be in a place where we can't do that. They float off the mat, but we can't just reach them up towards the sky. So we're going to draw those legs in closer together than I was showing you. We're going to tuck the pubic bone. So we're going to tilt the pelvis so that the pubic bone is pressing into the mat. We're scooping up and in through the abdominals. Those glutes engage. Now, I can't lift my legs up in the air when I'm in this position. All I can do is extend them out and they just float, and the heels come in line with the tailbone here. Now, we're going to kick in the left leg. Kick, kick, and reach back out. Right leg, kick, kick, and reach back out. You should feel tons of tension as if you have a ball or a magic circle here that you're pressing against that tension. You're creating that tension just by the position of your body. So keeping those legs floated, we're going to kick in 1, 2, lengthen out. 1, 2, lengthen out. Exhale, exhale, inhale. exhale, exhale, inhale. Now you can get kind of creative, play with that foot. The classical exercise, we would take a flex and a point and then reach with the foot. If that's too much to think about, you can take flex, 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 or point, 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 point. Today I'm going to keep things really simple for myself. I'm going to keep that foot pointed and think about length through the legs. One more each side. Good, and lower those legs back down towards the mat. Now, the double leg kick, rather than take it, I know we're taking two legs here or two kicks here on a single leg. We're going to take both legs together, and it's 3 kicks, and then a lift of the upper body, and then lower down, and 3 kicks, and the legs remain floating. So I want to just sit upright and show you what the upper body looks like, because this can be hard to see sometimes on the mat. So when we're laying here in this exercise, we interlace the fingers. We're lying on the stomach, palms face out. I'll go ahead and high nail right here. Palms are facing out, and the chest is down. Then on that lift, we're going to lift up the upper body as the arms pull down. Now those palms turn and face up towards your head as you slide them down and reach them down your bum and really open up through the chest. So you can see here why this might be good for posture. When I do this, the arms like disappear, right? And so for most of us, we live in this forward posture place. We're on our phone, we're driving, we're typing, we're pregnant, things like that where we're not forward. This is an opportunity for us to stretch and pull and reach back. But because of that, it's challenging to get into that position. Some may find that they can't even reach back and interlace the fingers and pull back like this. If that's the case for you, you can hold a towel, reach down, because it's just like too tight through here. Or a resistance band, something that's going to stretch and give. So those are options for you. So let's go ahead and take it onto the mat, and I'll probably make a whole bunch of noise doing this, mic-wise. So while we're doing this, we're going to interlace the fingers, palms are facing up, and we're going to float the legs up. So we're going to lift that upper body right here, and then we'll bring it down and take the legs, kick, kick, kick. Lift and lengthen. Come down, kick, kick, kick. Now you may feel more comfortable just bringing that forehead straight back down, or some people like to turn the neck from side to side. I'm one of those people. That's more in the classical execution of that exercise. Turn the neck every time you come down. Inhale as you lift that body. Exhale in the kicks. Let's take 2 more. Good. Press back into that rest pose or child's pose right here. Whew. And just recover. Lots of extension through the spine. And so this is a good recovery place. I hope that you've enjoyed this prone work today. If you're interested in more Mat Pilates with me, you can join me on Patreon and my Mat Pilates tier for exercise how-tos and how to progress in each one, classes, and much more. And of course, you can find more Mat Pilates as well as Barre, Springboard, Reformer, and Chair right here on my YouTube channel. See you next time in the studio.